Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, it's Father's Day in 2 days. What's that mean? That I gotta do what I gotta do, and that means I gotta bake a cake. So first, let's start off by washing our hands. And today, I'm gonna be making a from the scratch vanilla cake, and I'm also gonna be making a vanilla buttercream. Now, I'll be using someone's recipe down below. I'm gonna be leaving it in the description. So that way you guys can see what recipe that I'm going to be using, as well as who this person is, because he probably has inspired me to just keep on baking and keep doing what I know. And keep watching. Hey guys, it's me, that's me, Lynn, back better than ever, showing you what I know how to do and many reasons why I just only do it for people that I love. So today we're going to be making a cake from scratch. Yep, you heard it right. A vanilla cake from scratch with vanilla buttercream as well. Now, this is a recipe from Everything Just Bake. His name is Justin. He has a great following, great feed, and you can learn a lot from him because I have pretty much learned a lot from him too as well. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to just start off by preheating the oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to grease 3 6-inch round cake pans or 2 8-inch round cake pans. Now, here's the thing. It says 2 8-inches or 3 6-inch rounds. This is what we're working with. I got 3 9.2-inch rounds. So maybe I shouldn't use these. Or we're going to go look for some. So now that we're back from the store, because I forgot to get extra butter and buttermilk. Extra butter. Thank God I have butter at room temperature right now because I'm going to switch it out. Okay? So drop these over here. And I have butter back here at room temperature because I need them at room temperature to be able to make buttercream. But you know what? Listen, I can't go on like this. Coca-Cola, we love you. Nothing like a Coca-Cola in a glass. I need some sugar after all that I just did. All right. So let's get going. All right. So I put my oven to preheat again at 350. Let's get into this recipe, and dude, let's just call it, because I'm exhausted. I'm so mad at myself. I literally went to the store so I didn't have to go again, and I had to go again. You know, when you were young and your parents had to go to the grocery store, sometimes the grocery stores were pretty far. And I don't know about you, but usually we'll make a list so that way we won't forget anything. I made a list, and I still forgot the buttercream and extra butter. But thank God, the store is across the street, and I didn't have to go far. Because if I did, I'd be upset. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is take some of this out because I need to get room temperature as fast as possible. Okay. My buttermilk calls for 2/3. 2/3 of buttermilk. So we're just going to take that out and set it aside because, like I said, I need it to be room temperature. Okay. That is out. Let's put this into the refrigerator. Okay, let's start with everything. 2 cups of cake flour. I have all my stuff here. I just have to get everything together. So it says in a large bowl or stand mixer, which is what I got. Use your paddle attachment, which is not what I got. We're gonna be using this one. Okay. Mix the cake flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. All right. So I'm going to be transferring this into another container. But at this moment, we're just going to and you know, it doesn't tell me to sift it. It doesn't tell me to do none of that. We have one. This stuff was expensive. We're not in baking school where we can make a mess. I'm still making a mess. So we have 2. That's supposed to give me for this much. Trust the process, Sabrina. Trust the process. Because if we don't, I'll just make another one. So I'm going to leave that butter. I'm going to leave that buttermilk out. Because you know what? I might need some. Okay. So cake flour is in. I need 1 3/4 cups of sugar. My sugar is over here. One 3/4. So that means 1 cup and then 3/4 of a cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So much sugar. Wait until I make my buttercream. Y'all gonna be like, oh my god, that's a lot of sugar. I know, it's a lot of sugar. And I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time making a cake from scratch because I usually just buy cake like in a box. Don't come for me. That's a lot of sugar. It says 1 3/4 cup of sugar. Does that mean 1 cup and 3/4? Oh, I fucking hate baking math. Okay, I got you. All right, bye. Thank you. Love you too. Bye. Yep. Because you just have to make sure. Sometimes when you bake, you just got to make sure. Because sometimes baking can be tricky. And if you don't do it right, you wasted all that time putting your sweat and tears into something. Oh my God, I'm dropping sugar everywhere. That isn't going to come out right. So 1 3/4 cups of sugar. That is a lot of sugar. Just 1 3/4. And then cake flour, sugar, baking powder. For baking powder, it's 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 TSP. baking powder. This is, I'll be getting messed up. I can't get messed up. I gotta make sure. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay. This is where your measuring has to come into scales. Like, make sure you level this off. You cannot have more or less because then your cake is not gonna come out correctly. Okay, so this one, done. Okay. Baking powder 1. Baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon. Make sure again leveled. Okay, so we're good with the baking soda. Okay, baking soda and then some salt. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then we're gonna lift this. Oh God. People on the TV, they make this look so easy. How much butter? 3/4 of butter. So while this is mixing, because I don't even have to mix that right now because we're just gonna incorporate that. I'm gonna also incorporate in here butter at room temperature. Okay. Now, depending on what type of butter you get, they come in 4 ounces. Then it has, you know, how many tablespoons? 3/4 of a cup is 12 tablespoons. So we have 8, and then we're gonna have 4 more, half of this stick, and we're gonna add this to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I thought I was gonna need more butter, and I didn't. So now it says to add this room temperature butter to my dry mix until it forms until it resembles a small crumb. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And it definitely didn't tell me to cut it up in pieces, but like any baker, I like butter that's flaky, and if it's saying it needs to resemble like some type of crumb, I'm gonna put in pieces instead of a whole block. That's just my preference when it comes to that. And I did want to let you know, like when you're using a lot of butter like this wax paper is also great to put underneath your cakes. For you to use it instead of having to buy this and use wax paper, you can definitely just throw this entire thing underneath. So we're gonna toss in our butter and just let that incorporate and do its thing. And then it says, in a separate bowl, whisk together the oil, the buttermilk, the eggs, the vanilla bean paste. All right, so let's get cracking, guys. So I'm gonna crack my eggs into here. It says 4 eggs and then 1 egg yolk at room temperature. So I have 5 eggs in here. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just get my eggs out. I'm saying it wanted 1 egg yolk. I don't know much about y'all, but I don't like this little, it's got like a little curly thing that come out on the egg. I don't like that, okay? And then 5 eggs regularly. No shell, okay? No shell. We don't want the fucking shell inside of our cake. Okay? So now that we have 5 in here, we're going to whisk that and add everything else to here. Washing my hands. Okay. It does resemble like some type of crumb on the inside, so it is doing what it says it's going to do. And then we're going to whisk together the oil, the buttermilk, the eggs, and the vanilla bean paste. So let's get that together. Oil. Boom, boom. Boom. You know, on TV they make this look so clean and so nice. We ain't doing that because we're not on TV. Not yet. All right. So, 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first put this in here. This is my buttermilk. So that way I can use this to measure out my oil. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Try to get everything out of here. Every little set counts over here. Okay. Right. Oil, buttermilk, eggs is in there, and I'm gonna add the vanilla bean paste right now. So you can get Walken's pure vanilla bean paste, or you can get Better Goods pure vanilla bean paste. Now I have tasted this one. This one tastes great. I have not tasted this one yet, and I have more of this one to be able to do cake and to be able to do. Oh, it smells good. It smells great, actually. That was 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla paste. And then we're just gonna whisk that together. You could use a fork if you like. You can use a whisk, whatever your heart desires. Okay. It says add half of the wet mixture to the flour mixture and mix on medium until light in color and smooth, about for 1 to 2 minutes. Add the remaining wet ingredients to the mix until fully combined. Okay, and it says on medium. I'm going to scrape down everything that I have on the sides. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be enough batter. But so So I hope I don't have to make any more. But what you want to do is you want to scrape everything from the sides, and then also as well scrape anything that you see that's stuck in the middle, because sometimes with these stand mixers it leaves like an air pocket in the middle, and then you miss a lot of the like dry ingredients, and then you're mixing, and then when you come to take it out and put it into your cake, you have this big like blind spot of flour. Which they do come out with an attachment for it, but they haven't come out with an attachment, or I haven't found one for my professional 5+ KitchenAid 6-quart. I haven't found one that has a little scraper attachment to it. So yeah, that's just my preference. So let's lift this bad boy back up. Okay, put it back on 4. Add the rest of my ingredients into here. Like I said, everything counts. Oh, I just burped. I'm so sorry. Okay. So it looks super good. Got something on the floor. All right. All right, this is good. Should I give it a taste test? Yes. Divide the batter evenly between the prepared pans, and you're gonna bake them for 22 to 25 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Okay. Don't be like me, use well, anyway, at the end of the day, listen, I wash my hands. I don't give a damn what the hell y'all say. I wash my hands, okay? And at the end of the day, it is what it is, because this is the only way you're going to be able to get that shit off of the damn motherfucking metal. So don't come for me, come for your mama. And if you want to fight, fight with your mama, not me. Okay? Cool. There you go. Right. Again, washing my hands. Okay, so I thought I was going to use 4 pans, but only 6. I mean, only 3. And I haven't not made a cake from scratch since I was in culinary school. So, yeah, just hope this comes out good. Let those bake for 22 to 23 minutes. Sorry, 22 to 25 minutes until you can take a toothpick out and it is clean. I'm going to clean up and we're going to get ready to make buttercream. Guys, now let's get into our buttercream. And we're going to do the buttercream the lazy way because that's what I was told. This is the lazy and the easy way. But hey, if you're a little bit impatient like me, then this is the right way. We're going to be using 4 pounds of butter. We're going to be using pasteurized eggs, and we're going to be using powdered sugar, salt to taste. And yes, I'm using salted butter. It is a little bit controversial, but everybody has their own thing. And then at the end, Mr. Justin said everything just bakes needs to add a little bit of violet to this icing to make it white, to offset the yellow color that we're going to get from this butter. Hey, I'm just trying to bake, and I hope it comes out right, because the cake that I'm trying to make, it just better come out right, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is, one, get all the utensils that you might need. For me, I'm going to be using the whisk attachment, and then make sure you have a clean bowl. And in this clean bowl, I'm going to be weighing out, once we tar this, I'm going to be weighing out 3 pounds of powdered sugar, okay? So let me read my instructions, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So 4 pounds of salted butter, 3 pounds of powdered sugar, 1 1/4 cups of pasteurized egg whites, let me check my cake. 1 1 teaspoons of salt to adjust, 3 tablespoons of vanilla bean paste or extract. I'm using vanilla bean paste, if you guys already saw, and a drop of purple food coloring. But what I have is this, and there's no dropping here. It says to insert a toothpick and put it into there. So that's what we're going to do. And we are going to be making the large batch because, one, I don't know how much the little batch is going to be, and I don't know if it's going to be enough to cover my cake. So it says mix basic ingredients in a large mixing bowl. In a large mixing bowl or stand mixer with the paddle attachment, combine the powdered sugar, pasteurized eggs, white, salt, and vanilla, and start mixing. Start mixing on low speed to incorporate the ingredients without creating a powdered sugar cloud. Got it. Then increase to medium on high speed. Beat for about 5 minutes or until the mixture is smooth, slightly fluffy. Then we're going to be adding the butter gradually. Man, this is what I get for touching stuff. Jesus Christ. All right. So let's just get everything measured. Just measure everything. Pasteurized egg, 1 1/4 cups. I have never used egg whites in my life. So this is almost 1. I don't know what I was doing trying to do this first when I need to do this first. Well, I think I can still do it and still tar it, so we are okay, actually. Jesus Christ, having ADHD is so fucking crazy. So if you're ever looking to like pour something and you don't want to put it until you have to look at it eye level, because that's how you say, you're going to put the measurement away from you, so when you pour, you can see the line towards you, and so that's how you know when to stop. So just a quick tip for those new beginners that are baking. That's kind of what you want to do when it comes to like using measuring cups. Because measuring cups can be a little tricky, okay? Okay, so egg whites, powdered sugar, salt, and vanilla. So where's my vanilla? Oh, it says 3 too. Oh! I think that's enough too. I'm such a klutz sometimes. Really, I am. Okay. Then 1 1 teaspoon. 1 1 teaspoon. This will be, maybe I might need it. Who knows? That's salt, and then a half. Oh my god, my cake. Oh, they look nice. They look nice. Okay. These one needs a little bit more time. Yeah, these big ones need a little bit more time because maybe they're just more inside of it. But I'm going to take out the little one because that one's done. And we're going to rotate this. I got these new things, and I don't like them. Don't like them. That one came out good. Those need like at least like 10 more minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes starting now.
They have more batter in it, I guess, because those ones, yeah, they just need a little bit more time. Okay. Egg whites are in the bowl. Salt is in the bowl. Vanilla's in the bowl. All we need is a powdered sugar now. Why do I keep turning it off? So basically, these are 2 pound bags. So basically, I'm going to put 2 pounds, and then we're going to go in with half of this one. Hey Siri, how many pounds? Oh, hey Siri.
What would you like to convert from?
Pounds to ounces.
Convert 1 British pound into another unit of currency.
How many ounces are in 3 pounds for baking?
48 ounces.
So that's crazy. I put this in here and it said it was... Okay. So 32. My scale is saying it's 31.8, so they get me. I'm gonna go into receipt. Oh! It gave me a fucking error. What the? No, it gave me a fucking error. So, we're just gonna eyeball it from here because I guess I need to get a better scale. Can't believe this gave me a fucking error. I put my 16. Okay, so a little bit more. I need to have 16 ounces in this bag. Or 18. It's marking 16. 16 ounces left in this bag. That means I have 3 pounds here. Whoa, girl, I was gonna lose it. I cannot believe my scale said error. Like, bitch, what is wrong with you? I was gonna start fighting. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys a trick that I was taught in baking school because he says make sure you mix it at slow heat so you don't create a cloud, and I'm gonna show you how not to create a cloud. All right. Yep. Your good old premium food wrap. Someone was messing with this, and someone could have been me, right? There we go. So basically, tilt side cutter. Yeah, it did not have no cutter. It did not have a cutter. So basically, you're gonna go, well, you're gonna add your attachment, right? And then make sure I leave myself an opening. because we need to put our butter in here. Duh. Just adjust your film. Okay. So like I said, you start from here and you just make yourself. Okay. 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 It says, okay, after we added all this stuff into here, it says start mixing on low speed, incorporating the ingredients without creating a powder sugar cloud. Then increase to medium on high speed. Beat for about 5 minutes until make sure it's smooth. So we're going to put it on stir. I had no effect, no blow up, no nothing. Good job. We're gonna increase it to medium. Okay. We're gonna set a timer for 5 minutes. So we're gonna put that on 5 minutes on medium. It says to let it go on medium until it gets fluffy. It's already incorporated, now we just have to make it fluffy. And I'm gonna check my cake right now because I had put an additional 10 minutes onto the cake. We have about a minute left. And I wanna make sure that my second cakes came out good because my smaller one came out great, but the other one had a little bit too much stuff in it. And it might need a little bit more time. Oh, they look good. They need a little bit more time. They're still a little wet. It looks like it's halfway par baked. So we got 5 minutes on for this, and I'll check in within the next 5 minutes and see from there. Butter, 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 butter. There's one cake. And then here are my other 2 cakes. A little bit more mixture, but like I said, it is okay. Okay, so we got 3 minutes left on here, and it says to slowly add 1 stick of butter and let it gradually incorporate before you go ahead and add the second additional butter. And it says allow each addition to fully incorporate before adding more. Continue until the butter is added. The buttercream is creamy and smooth. And then it says to add that violet in there. And I am so afraid. So afraid. It looks so good though. I'm so excited. So excited. I'm gonna be decorating this cake. Well, hopefully I can get this cake cooked, baked, cooled down, and I can get it crumb coated. And then if I get it crumb coated, that means tomorrow, Sunday, all I have to do is do the final touches, and we should be good from there. And I'm super excited. I'm gonna put the picture right here so you guys can see what it is that I'm doing for my dad for his Father's Day. And yeah, got 1 more minute before I start adding this butter. It looks so good. So I don't need this now because I incorporated all my flour, and it looks so good. I want to try and taste it without like getting my finger stuck in there. So I can do that. Maybe just a little bit more vanilla. All right, my timer went off, and now we're gonna start incorporating the butter. Oh, yep, I love butter. Don't come for me, guys. And I was watching his video, he said, trust the process. He said, every time you put a piece of butter in there, it's gonna look like it's separating, but it's not. It's just trying to incorporate all this butter that we're trying to mix into it. So I'm just gonna trust the process. And I hope that my mixer can hold all of this butter. But yeah, so you see how much butter I'm using? They said to use it just like this. This is wax paper, and you put this in the bottom of your cake pan, and it does the same thing as wax paper and baking spray. So yeah, but since I didn't do the buttercream first, I did the cake mixture first, so that way I can focus on this and not mess this up. I didn't, have this. I'm just gonna keep on opening this butter. And they said the softer the butter, the better. So a lot of these are average temperature. Some of them are a little bit more melted than others. One, because I had to run to Walmart. And the softened butter, I used a little bit of the softened butter that I did have. And these were sitting on my stove while I was like preheating. So it's a great way to soften your butter and get it to room temperature. So leave it on your stove while you start heating up the oven. So that way you have all of this softened butter. Okay, so now that my cakes have been sitting and they are already getting like cold, I would say cold, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them and throw them into the freezer, because I need them to be extremely cold. There's one. Here's two. I should have left the wax paper on it, so that way like it's a protector, but I don't want there to be any issues with my cake. Two. This one I was a little worried about because when I poured in the mixture, the papers moved. But it did perfectly fine. It says this side got like the paper on top of it. But it did perfectly fine. And the main reason why I'm going to put them to cool down in the freezer is because it's going to lock in the moisture and keep my cake moist. So if you ever gone to the grocery store and gotten cake, like store-bought cake, it comes from in the freezer. And the reason that they do that is because they want the cakes to be moist. Now, you ever realize that when you leave a cake out, it tends to get super hard, and it's because it was holding in that moisture for so long that there's no more moisture left. So leaving it outside will take out all the moisture, but we're gonna lock that bitch. in, and we're gonna throw this into the freezer. We're gonna leave it there for at least, I would say, like an hour to 2 hours, so that way it's completely cold to touch. And then from there, I will be putting them together, cutting them in half, and stacking this cake up, calling it a day. No importa, comiéndotelo también.
Yeah,